In this video, I'm going to show you how to use the funnel builder inside of our software. If you're a client of ours, we already built you a website. We build websites for most of our clients, but a funnel is different than a website. A funnel is a very specific 1 or 2 page landing page that is selling a specific product or service of our business. Maybe it has a video on it that tries to sell somebody something very specific, whereas a website, people can kind of browse around. There's different pages they can click through, but with a funnel, they can't get to the second page of the funnel until they fill out some sort of form or take some sort of action on the first page. So I'm going to show you how to create a quick funnel in this video and how to use our funnel builder. You're going to go down to the Sites tab right here, and then we're under the Funnels tab up at the top, and then we're just going to click New Funnel. And then you can choose from our funnel templates. We have over 1,000 funnel templates you can choose from for different businesses. So if you're in the insurance space, we have a ton of different insurance templates, or any niche, any type of business that you are, we have templates for you here in our template library. So you can use these as funnels, or you can create your own funnel from scratch from a blank page. And so we're going to do that in this video. So we're going to hit New Funnel again. We're going to do from blank instead of from templates. Templates just make it quicker and easier. It's already laid out. You just have to change the images and the logo and the text and things like that. But we're going to create one from blank so you can get to know how to use the funnel builder. So I'm going to name this like test funnel. Then we're going to hit create. And so funnels have different steps that people have to go through. Usually a common funnel is like a 2-page or a 3-page funnel, where the first page will have some sort of information about whatever you were talking about in your ad. So funnels a lot of times are connected to Facebook ads and Instagram ads. So somebody watches your ad, you tell them about your offer, they click on the ad, it takes them to your funnel page, and then you talk more about it in depth, and then you try to capture their information or get them to buy your products or services. And so there's quite a few different ways you can create funnels. But in this example, we're just going to do a simple one for like a plumber. So I'm going to click add new step right here. And then I'm going to name the first page like landing page. And then path is going to be plumbing offer. So this is the end of the link. So it'd be like plumbing.com/plumbing offer. So that's just the path that goes on the end of the link. If you use ClickFunnels, or if you've ever used ClickFunnels before, which is another very popular funnel building software, you can put in the links to your ClickFunnels funnel that you built, and you can copy it into our software and edit it just the same as you could in ClickFunnels. But if not, you can just leave this blank, and then we'll hit create funnel step. So this will create our first landing page of the funnel, the first step of the funnel. And then we can also use existing pages from our other funnels. So if you've built other funnels in the past and you just want to duplicate one of those pages because you know it's going to be the same or similar, you can click use existing and you can select that funnel and that page that you want to copy. But we're just going to create one from blank in this example so I can show you how to use the the funnel builder to the fullest. I like to do medium width. I don't like to take up the whole page. I think it just looks better to have it kind of more in the middle of the page, easier to read. Then we can add rows. We can do like 2 columns all the way up to 6 columns. I'm just going to do a single column for this example. And then we can add elements. So I'm going to add a headline at the top. Our headline is going to be like or do all caps, get a new water heater for $197. So it's like a special offer that this plumbing company has going on. Below the headline, we can hit this little plus sign below the orange box, and then we can add a sub headline. So we could say offer ends this week or something like that, just to make it a little bit more urgent. We can underline this. And with any of this text, you can change and edit whatever you want. So if we go over to the right here, this is where you can edit the styling of this box and this text. So we can change the background color of the box to be a different color, as you see here. I like white because I think that looks better. And then you can change, the box, the shadow of the text. So we could do like a mid fade or a mid shadow, and it makes it kind of pop from the page a little bit more. Opacity, we could make it like kind of grayed out or just more faded. I don't like that. I want it to be more bolded. Letter spacing, you could change it left aligned, right aligned, middle. You could do a box shadow, so it kind of like pops out from the page a little bit more. The actual box itself kind of pops out. You can see that little outline there now. I don't like that very much, so I'm gonna go back and take that off. But anyway, some of the things you can change here: font size. So maybe we want the font size to be a little bit bigger, the header there, like that. And then maybe we want to change the color of the text, so we can go to the bold text color because this was bolded here, and then we can go and change it to like blue or green or whatever color we want. I'm going to keep it at black. Oh, and then font. Obviously, font we can change as well. You can go to headline font, click custom fonts, and then you can choose from a bunch of Google fonts. So you could choose any font that you like. I like a font called Archivo Black. This is my favorite font. But anyway, you can choose from different fonts. Right here, let's say we want some spacing between these two boxes here. We can go to this bottom box. We can go down to the margin and padding at the bottom, and we can expand the margin so that it kind of spaces it out from the top box. And so now you can see there's kind of a space between the two of these. And you can adjust that through margin and padding on the right, the left, top, bottom, all over. So that's how the text works. Now let's say we wanted to add like a button below this, or let's say we probably add a video first. So we have like a video when they land on the page. Let's say we want to add some, this box here, we want to add some padding to the top or some margin so that it's a little bit more spaced out. We can then click where it says we can add a YouTube video, a Vimeo video, Wistia, or we can add our own hosted video from inside of our software. So we can do hosted, we can select the video that we want to play here. And so we can select from our video files, we can put a thumbnail with it, and there's some settings to the video. We can make it autoplay, so when somebody lands on this page, it'll automatically start playing. All they have to do is turn the volume on. We can do like allow pause, or we don't want to allow them to pause it, we just want it to play through without them pausing it. So you can change the settings of the video right inside of here. You can even have a form pop up, and you can generate leads from your video. So at minute, if we did generate leads from video and I toggle this on, at minute marker like 1 minute, 0 seconds, a form will pop up above the video, and it won't let the video keep playing. It'll lock the video until the person fills in their information. And it's a really powerful way to capture leads, because a lot of times you can build the suspense in the video, give away a lot of free value, and then right in the middle you can say, to continue watching, you have to fill in your name and email. And when they do that, you've now captured the lead, and you can remarket to them and sell them your products and services. But you can put that form that pops up right in the middle of your video and doesn't let them play and continue the video until they fill in their information. I'm just going to toggle that off. Let's pretend we don't want that. And then down below the video, let's add a button. So I'm going to go find where it says button here. I'm going to add some padding to it, or some margin here, so it's spaced out a little bit more. And all while we're doing this, right, you want to toggle between desktop and mobile so that you make sure it looks good on mobile. Like, boom, this is a huge headline on mobile. Let's change the font size on mobile, which you can kind of jump between the two, desktop and mobile. And let's shrink the font size for mobile. There we go. That looks a lot better. Everything else looks fine though. We'll jump back over to desktop, and then we will change. Let's say we want to change the theme of this button because we don't like the squareness of it. We can go to themes. We can make it more round, like this button here. We can change the color of the button to, let's make it green. The outline still is kind of blue, so we can go to advanced settings, and we can scroll down to the border color of the button, and we could change it to black so it kind of pops off the page a little bit better. And then from here, we can have an action when somebody clicks this button. We can click the button here, and we go down to the bottom, and it says button actions. So we could say whenever somebody clicks on this button, we want it to open the pop-up, we want it to pop up and call us, we want it to go to a different page or the next step of our funnel, like another page. But for this example, I'm just going to do open pop-up and show you how the pop-up feature works. So whenever somebody clicks this button, it'll open this pop-up right here, and we can add things into our pop-up. So let's say we wanted to add like a form into our pop-up. We can do that by clicking add row, add our column, add an element. We can select from our forms here, and we can select this like water heater form that we've built out. So it'll ask for somebody's name, email, phone number, their address, how old is their current water heater, and then get this offer. So after they watch the video, maybe the video says down below, click the, get offer now button. So we can change the button to say get offer now. Click the get offer now button to get this, $197 water heater. Maybe this is, and that's probably like a really good deal. Water heaters probably are usually like $5,000. So this is probably a bad example. Maybe we change this to like $997. That's probably more realistic. But anyway, they can now click that, and when they click get the offer now, it'll pop up with the pop-up. So I'm going to save this really quick. Anything you change before you leave, make sure to save it up here at the top. And if your website is live, make sure to publish it. But right here, I'm going to click this little preview eyeball. And this is what our form looks like so far. Obviously, there's no video that we uploaded yet, so nothing's going to play there. But when we hit get offer now, boom, our pop-up comes up, and now they'll fill in their information. Maybe we want to have a headline above the pop-up, so it looks kind of bare up at the top. So I'm going to go back to the editor. I'm going to click on the pop-up settings, which are right here at the top left. And then I'm going to add, it looks like I can't add above it, so I'm going to add below it, and then I'm going to drag the element above it. So I'm going to do a headline, fill in your info below. And then we can grab these little four corners, these little four arrows, and we can drag it to go above. So now it says fill in your info below, the form's right there, and then boom, we're good to go. So This could be the first step of your funnel, right? You want to add a lot more down below. Make sure you're informing the lead or the potential client more about your product that you're offering as part of this funnel. This would be a very, very simple funnel. But whenever they submit the form on the pop-up, so this form, whenever it's submitted, we can say the button action or the redirect action whenever somebody submits this and hits get this offer now. We could say go to next step, and it'll send them to the next page of our funnel. Maybe it's a thank you page, after they submit their info. Thank you, somebody will reach out shortly. So let's go ahead and build that thank you page really quick. So I'm going to save this. We're going to go back out to our general funnel builder area. And then what we're going to do is we're going to add a new step. So we're going to click add new step. This one's going to be a thank you page. The path is going to be /thank you. And then we're going to create the funnel step. So now we have our landing page, and now we just created a funnel page or a thank you page. And what we're going to do on this one is we're going to use existing, and I'm going to use the landing page as kind of the template. So I'm not going to create a new blank page from blank. I'm going to use existing, select my test funnel that we just created, and then I'm going to select our landing page, and it's going to duplicate our landing page so that we can use it and just kind of build quicker so we don't have to start over from scratch again. And now that we have our thank you page selected, you can kind of toggle between the two. I'm going to select thank you, hit edit, and it's going to take us to our thank you page, which will be an exact duplicate of our home page, of our landing page. But what we can do is we can change the text at the top, the video, just everything inside of it so that it matches more to a thank you page rather than the landing page. And now we can change this landing page, which we just duplicated, which is really our thank you page. We can change the heading to say like thank you. And then we could say, someone will reach out to you shortly. I'll say someone from our team will reach out to you shortly. And maybe we have like a different video that's like, hey, thank you for submitting your info. Somebody will reach out shortly. And we just add a different video here. We'll take this button away because now we don't want them to be able to click that button again and fill out the form again. They've already done it. So you just do a simple thank you page like this. I wanted to show you as well. We could also add like a lot of different elements. So we can add headlines, sub-headlines, paragraph, bulleted lists, buttons, forms, blog posts, navigation, image sliders, videos, images, FAQs. We can even add surveys, calendars. So if we added a calendar here, we can click calendar, and we could select a calendar to pop up right here. So let's say maybe this is the second step, and in this video we said, go ahead and book your not your free, but your $9.97 water heater appointment today or consultation today. And they could go down below the video. On the second half, they could book their appointment, fill this information in, and they could book an appointment or book a call. And you can add tons of different things. I'll show you a couple more. You can do a countdown timer, so it'll like count down. And I don't think I added it. Let me click on that again. There we go. So it like counts down. You could set the time over here of when you want it to count down from. So it'll say like this offer ends in the next 24 hours, and you can have that countdown timer counting down. It won't show it until you actually preview it, but you could add something like that. And then lastly, as we kind of scroll down, there's a few other things you can add, but this is the big one here is you can actually have a two-step order form so people can check out directly through your funnel. And so we could have a checkout page. This doesn't match the thank you page at all. I'm just showing you some things that you can add to your funnels. And let's say we don't want to collect like shipping information because maybe we're offering like an online service, not a product that ships to their house. So we just want company name, full name, email, phone number. We can click on this checkout page, go over to the advanced settings, and on step 1, we can hide the shipping information. So right here it says show shipping. I'm going to hit hide shipping, and now it just asks for their company name, full name, email, phone number. Maybe we don't even want company name, so we can hide company name. Maybe we just want full name, email, phone. And then on the second half of the form, we can have, your info, and then we'll have the product that they're buying, and they can check that they want to buy it. They'll put in their card info, and then they can complete order. So people can check out directly through your funnels. This is really powerful because now people don't have to reach out to you first in order for you to sell them. They can just go see your ad on Facebook, go right to your funnel, and then they can purchase your products. So really, really powerful there. I'm going to delete this because this doesn't really match this also. But there's a simple funnel, and that's how you use the funnel builder. You can add different elements, and anytime you want to edit the element, you can just click on it, and all the styling and everything's over here on the right, and all the things you can edit and change about the selected element. And just make sure it looks good on mobile as well. Always toggle between desktop and mobile. I think it's like 90% of people, when they're seeing a Facebook ad and they click through to your landing page or your funnel here, 90% of them are going to be on mobile. So it's really important that you optimize these funnels for mobile. I know I was focusing mainly on the desktop, but make sure you've optimized for mobile because that's really crucial. You want to make sure it looks good when people are scrolling on mobile because that's where most people are going to be seeing your landing page, your funnel from. In a future video in this course, I'm going to show you some examples of some winning funnels and some different examples of some really top tier funnels that have made people millions of dollars. So you can copy some of these, but this is how to use the funnel builder. Hope this helped.